Hey up viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome to a little update video with a twist. I am using a face cam. So I went out and bought myself a cheap budget webcam. Like I say, budget is the key word to actually note here. The audio and visual quality of this probably sucks really bad, which I apologise for, but you know, I needed something cheap and this webcam that I've got right now fit the bill perfectly. So I've got an update video here for you all. Hopefully it'll be interesting, especially, you know, not least because I'm actually appearing in person for it. Am I anything like how you imagine me to look like? There's a question for you to answer in the comments below. Don't be too harsh. But yes, so there are several things I actually need to talk about with all you viewers out there. I will probably just sort of launch straight into them. Before I do that though, apologies if throughout this video, instead of looking in this direction, I'm more focused on what's going on over here on my actual PC screen. It's just because my screen is flat, it's kind of awkward and difficult to actually balance my webcam on top of it. Whenever I do so, it just usually falls down the back of the computer. So I've had to sort of set it up at an angle here. So once again, apologies if during this video, instead of looking in this direction, I'm actually looking in this direction here. Because I've got so much to talk about that I've had to kind of write some prompts on screen. So yeah, for the most part, I'll probably be looking in this direction rather than straight, you know, at you. But yes, without further ado, let's actually get to what I actually want to talk about. So, if you've seen the title of this video, you'll have seen that I am doing a special giveaway for this month. Now, this is something I've never actually done before. So let's talk about this first, because this is probably what you're all interested in first and foremost. So, basically what happened was, a couple of days ago, Big Robot got in contact with me on my Twitter page. Now, for anyone who doesn't know who Big Robot are, Big Robot Limited are an indie games company who made So You're Being Hunted. So You're Being Hunted, of course, being one of the main games that I do here on my channel. And they also recently made The Signal from Tolva, another game that I'm hoping to actually get to at some point. So, basically, they contacted me on Twitter, and they said to me, General, would you like some Steam keys for So You're Being Hunted that you can give away to some of your followers? And I thought, you know what, this sounds really interesting, let's talk. And so Big Robot Limited were kind enough to give me 5 Steam keys for free copies of So You're Being Hunted. Now, I'm going to be giving away 4 of them. I'm actually just going to be keeping hold of 1 of them, just for my own personal use. You see, I want to get in contact with Phil fairly soon and just see if maybe he would want a copy of So You're Being Hunted. I mean, mainly that's just because I had the idea that if Phil wanted it, that could potentially open up a whole line of multiplayer Sir content here on my channel, which is an interesting possibility. So that's why I'm keeping 1 of them for my own personal use at the moment. But that, you know, means in the meantime I have 4 other Steam keys which I want to give away. So basically, if you're interested in trying to get your hands on a free copy of So You're Being Hunted from me, just register your interest below in the comments or in the comments section of this video on Facebook, on Twitter, and basically I will make a note of all the people who are interested. I'll put a preliminary deadline of Monday the 11th of November, 8 PM GMT, and basically if you've put your name in by then I will obviously make a list of everyone who's interested, and I will draw 4 lucky winners entirely by lottery. And you know, once I've drawn those winners, I'll post an update video as soon as I can, announcing who the winners are, and I'll privately message them with their Steam keys. As far as I'm aware, there are no kind of time limits on these Steam keys. At least Big Robot haven't mentioned that there are any, so I think they're indefinite, which is good. So it also means that obviously if the initial uptake in response to this video isn't particularly huge, and there aren't many people who've signalled their interest by the deadline of Monday 8 PM GMT on the 11th. Obviously, you know, if that happens, I will probably extend the deadline a bit, in which case I'll post another update video just reminding everyone that there is a giveaway and some free Steam keys available. So yes, if you want a free copy of So You're Being Hunted, now is the chance to leave your interest below in the comments, and I will make a note of your name. But there are other things that I want to talk about. The second thing that I want to talk about is I have now got a second channel. Now this relates a little bit to something else I'm going to be talking about in due course, but for anyone who doesn't know, basically one of my viewers called Mike Smith, who is a regular viewer of my Return to Castle Wolfenstein content, he several months ago floated the idea of me doing some non-gaming content, namely doing some Let's Watches / reaction videos to anime and various other media. And I think in September it was, when I posted my last update video, I basically floated the idea of perhaps setting up a separate channel and doing that sort of content on there. That could be kind of like a side project, something that I update when I get the chance to do so. And basically recently, after I bought this webcam, that's what I've actually done. I've set up a second channel and I've been experimenting with the webcam, with the kind of copyright systems on YouTube, just to see what's acceptable, what isn't. And I currently have a couple of videos up on there. Basically they're Let's Watch videos of me reacting to the first few episodes of RWBY Volume 5, which started earlier, I think in October. So yes, I'm coming to it a little bit late, but nevertheless I'm coming to it. There we are. So basically, if you're interested in that, there will be a link to the Propagandist channel in the video description. There's also going to be a link to it on the General Red Strategist channel page. Just obviously to stress for anyone who's got a few questions about that, that's not going to become my main channel or anything. That is basically, Propagandist is basically just a side project. So there's no kind of set upload schedule on it. I will merely be uploading content to it as of when I get the chance to actually do recordings. So yes, if it sounds like something you're interested in, go on ahead, go and have a look, and leave me some feedback on my first couple of videos. Thing is, I've never really done Let's Watch / reaction type content before, so I don't really know what I'm doing in that regard. So it probably shows in those videos. Those videos are probably very amateurish. So, if you want to leave feedback on them, please feel free to do so. Be as brutally honest as you want. If you think I've done terribly and that I should never do it ever again, go ahead and say so. But on the other hand, if you really enjoy it and you think I should do more, I'm happy to hear you say that as well. So thank you, and hope to see you over on General Red Propagandist as well. That of course leads me now to the next topic of discussion that I want to cover in this update video, Q&A. So basically, in my September update video, I actually asked people to leave me some questions for a Q&A video. A couple of people did so, which is welcome. Before I get to their questions though, I must apologise profusely for the fact that it has actually taken me so long to get round to answering these questions. Like I said, these questions were left on my September update video. It's taken me 2 months or so to actually get round to this. So the only explanation I can give is just that I've been very busy IRL. The thing is, if you don't know already, YouTube is not something that I do for a living. I don't make any money off YouTube. My channel isn't monetized. It's basically something that I do as a hobby. I just do it for my own leisure, pretty much. So, like I say, no money is earned off this channel, and because of that, obviously, it does mean that YouTube is not the kind of priority in my life. The main priority is my job. So, for anyone who doesn't know, I was a postgraduate research student. I was doing a PhD, and I completed that this year, back in the summer, in July, which went really well. So, thank you very much, anyone who's about to start congratulating me in the comments. That probably sounds really arrogant of me and presumptuous. I didn't mean it like that. But yes, so basically I got my PhD this summer, and since then I've been doing a little bit of teaching at my university on an undergraduate politics course, just taking a few seminars. But of course, as you can imagine, there's a lot of kind of duties involved with that. So apart from the actual teaching itself, there's also all the associated administrative and teaching prep work that has to go into it. And as you can imagine, that does eat into my time. So obviously, like I say, I've been very busy IRL. And of course, because I'm an early career academic, apart from doing teaching, I also have research ambitions of my own, little sort of projects that I want to get round to, and that I've been working on when I get the chance, just to sort of build up my academic CV. So that also has been eating into my time, hence why it's taken me so long to get round to actually putting together this update video / Q&A. So yes, again, I apologise profusely to those couple of viewers out there whose questions I'm actually about to answer. But without further ado, let's actually get into them. So, first question comes from Juhan, or Johan, however it's pronounced. I'm really sorry, I always forget. You've clarified this for me before, but I've gone and forgotten because I'm an idiot. But yes, you have 3 points that you wanted to, wanted me to address. So number 1, will you continue arcade games such as Metal Slug? Simple answer, yes, I will be at some point in the future. I don't know when, but needless to say, I do want to do more Metal Slug. So you remember, obviously, a while back, me and Phil did a little episode on the original Metal Slug. That was obviously a unique first. here on my channel, because although Phil has collabed with me on many videos before, he's never actually collabed in terms of actually playing the game alongside me. He's just usually been sat in the background watching as I play, whereas Metal Slug, because it has a two-player mode, we were able to do something different. We were both able to play, so that was really good. But basically, obviously, we haven't done any more Metal Slug since then, but we, you know, I would like to do more of it myself. The only, obviously, I keep saying obviously, but the only issue that there has been is just that when Phil comes round to my place and we do have a recording session, we have so much stuff to get through that sometimes we don't have time for certain games, and unfortunately Metal Slug has been one of those which we just haven't had time to get round to again. One thing that we are thinking of doing next time he visits, we're thinking about cutting out a load of the browser games that we do. Thing is, you know, recently I feel like I've taken those browser games as far as I can. We're starting to get kind of repeated questions out of them, things like that, so we're thinking about ditching a few of them, so that may free up a bit of space for us maybe to add some other games, and we may be able to do more Metal Slug. So in short, in answer to that first question, yes, I would like to do more Metal Slug myself. It just depends really on how much, you know, space we manage to free up in our recording sessions and whether Phil is up for it as well. I mean, I could always do it one player if I wanted to. That's always a possibility. Your second question, one more challenge and mystery, try to play the PS1 only Tomb Raider series from the beginning. Okay, right, well, this question here is showing that, yeah, it's kind of out of date now, because that's exactly what me and Phil have been doing. So, obviously, we've done a couple of episodes on the original Tomb Raider now, and I think I mentioned in those episodes that during the Steam summer sale this year, I managed to get a load of the original Tomb Raider games for dirt cheap prices, which is really good. Because it means I have something to pad out my channel with, and obviously because we're kind of doing that as a collab, obviously, you know, it means that we have to do recordings when Phil gets here, but we definitely are going to be doing more of that. Like I say, it depends on when Phil has time to come round to my place to do some recording with me. Obviously though, what is interesting is that at present, we kind of are only able to record one episode at a time when he does come round, just because of the sheer amount of stuff we have on our recording list. But if we are going to subtract a load of the browser games from that list, that could be interesting, because it means that we could actually potentially have a bit of space to maybe do more than one episode of a particular series. So that could be something for us to think about. But yes, we will be doing more Tomb Raider, definitely. And once we've done the first one, I do have Tomb Raider 2, I think Tomb Raider 3 as well, so they'll probably continue on once Tomb Raider 1 finishes. Your third comment, now this is an interesting one. Basically, you clearly don't like the idea of me doing Minecraft content, which is absolutely fine. I'm okay with that feedback. For anyone who doesn't know what this is about, basically, in my September update video, apart from floating the idea of doing a second channel on non-gaming content, I was also I also kind of posed a question about Minecraft content and whether I should, or whether rather people would be interested in seeing me set up another channel on which I could do Minecraft content. Because the thing is, in the past I've had some of my viewers signal that they would be interested in seeing me do Minecraft content. Incidentally, I you know, if those of you who've been around on my channel for a very long time, you will probably know that I once did do a Minecraft series, General Red's Marine Adventure. It was one of the original things that I did here on General Red Strategist back in 2012. But obviously that was only 19 episodes. I stopped doing it after a while because people weren't really watching it, and plus, you know, I kind of got a little bit bored of that series. But having said that, you know, I do enjoy Minecraft as a game. I've just been kind of reluctant about whether to do it or not, because, well, I mean, there are all kinds of reasons why I've been reluctant. Number one is the fact that obviously it's a game which has been milked to death here on YouTube by a whole variety of channels, and if I was to do it, I would have to do something fairly original with it. There's also obviously questions about the kind of demographic it attracts, which some people might have problems with, other people might not. But yeah, so there are kind of wildly differing opinions. Some people want to see me do, or have rather signalled that they wouldn't mind seeing me do more Minecraft. Other people, however, have been sort of quite set against it. Hence why I floated the idea of maybe doing it on a separate channel, so that it kind of keeps it separate from General Red Strategist. So in the September update video, I invited viewers to leave their feedback on that. I still haven't really had much on it, but yeah, so at present I'm still undecided about that idea. So for the foreseeable future, there is not going to be any Minecraft content appearing anytime soon. But yeah, if you want to leave feedback about that idea, I would welcome it, because the more feedback I can get, the better. If you think you'd be interested in seeing it, feel free to let me know. If, however, you think it's a terrible idea and you don't think I should do it, feel free to be brutally honest. There's little you can say that will offend me. So yeah, that's all of Johan's questions and points addressed. So thank you, Johan, for those. Apologies that it's taken me so long to get around to answering those. And without further ado, let's get on to the second question that was left on my update video in September. This is from Mike Smith. So he has several points he wants to talk about. Number one, are you planning to continue videos of add-ons for Medal of Honor Allied Assault or start playing the original game for Medal of Honor? I ask this because you've only played some add-ons, but you've never seen the original game for yourself. Well, simple answer to that, yes, I do intend to do more Medal of Honor Allied Assault at some point. Unfortunately, I don't know when I'm going to do it. At present, my channel is quite cluttered with content. I've got a lot of series ongoing. Obviously, apart from my main series, Return to Castle Wolfenstein and So You're Being Hunted, I've also got various playthroughs. Rayman 3 has actually just wrapped up recently, but I've also got, obviously, Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, which is still going at present. Obviously, I've got a load of stuff with Phil that I'm doing at the moment, like Portal, Half-Life, Tomb Raider, Stay, Amnesia, The Dark Descent, custom maps. So yeah, that all adds up to kind of clutter up the channel. So whilst I do intend to do Medal of Honor Allied Assault, you might not see anything just yet for the foreseeable future, but needless to say, I am going to get back to it at some point, and I probably will do the single player campaign just because I've never done that. Your second question, similar to the first question, will we see perhaps some videos of Call of Duty 1/United Offensive /2 add-ons or even the original games? I know that you've never played this franchise before, but the first few games at least are good World War II FPS games. They're definitely something I would be interested in looking at. The thing is, I've never really played a Call of Duty game before. I'm not too familiar with the franchise. The closest I've ever got to it was one time when I visited Phil's place and we played a little round of multiplayer Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 or whatever it's called. But yeah, I've never played any of the original World War II based ones. So, because I'm obviously a bit of a World War II history buff, that would be something that I'd be interested in doing. Now, obviously I tend to buy my games when there are sales on Steam, so I'll probably check just to see what the prices of them are first before I commit to buying them or anything like that. Because the thing is, although I've said before that I'm doing a little bit of teaching at my university, obviously because it's just a part-time position, I say part-time, it's still busy as shit, but because it's just a part-time position, the pay is not huge. It's fine, it keeps me financially afloat, but obviously I do have to budget a little bit, which is fine, but obviously it does mean that I have to be careful how much money I spend on games, so I tend to wait for games to go on sale for reduced prices before I buy them. So that's just something I will be taking into account when I'm looking at them on the Steam page or wherever they're available. So yeah, but in short, I would definitely be interested in them. Your third question, are you planning to upgrade / get a new PC soon? If you do, it would be a good idea to keep your old PC for some time, just in case the new PC has problems with older games like RTCW. Well, to put it fairly concisely, I don't have any imminent plans to get a new PC. Going back to what I just said about obviously my income at present, I don't really have money to be sort of splashing around, because the thing is, powerful PCs cost an absolute bombshell, and I just, I'm a bit reluctant to throw down loads of money on a high-end gaming rig, given my current sort of financial position. So yeah, for the foreseeable future, there are no imminent plans to get a new PC. It is a long-term goal, but that's not going to be happening anytime soon, so you don't need to worry about that too much, Mike Smith. But yes, if I was to get one, I'd probably just keep my old PC around for a while. That's all I can think of for a future Q&A video. Sorry to hear that you got ill, but this happens to everyone. And as I always say, real life is more important than games. Take your time, get better, and all will be well. Yeah, again, these points are kind of out of date now, because this was back in September when I was ill. Obviously, I'm much better now. I was smiling when you mentioned the suggestion of the possible Let's Watch channel for anime and other media, since I was the one who suggested that to you. Let's see if any other commenters have any objections to that. Yes, as I said before, check in the video description below, Mike Smith, or go onto the channel and look in the list of links down the right. It should be on there. So General Red Propagandist is the name. You can go and watch my initial videos. General Red watches Ruby Volume 5. So yeah, hope they're not too bad and that you do enjoy them. But what else do you say? About the Minecraft channel, I don't really care either way since I'm indifferent towards this game. Definitely keep it on a separate channel though if you decide to make videos for it. A majority of the people who watch your videos aren't obnoxious, as is the case with some other channels, so it'd be a good idea to keep it that way. That's all I have to say. Get well soon, General. Yeah, that's perfectly valid points about the Minecraft idea. Again, anyone wanting to leave feedback on that, feel free to do so. So thank you, Mike Smith, for those comments there. And like I said to Juhan, apologies that it's taken me so long to get to them. But other than that, that's really all the main things that I wanted to cover in this update video now covered. So yes, hope that was interesting and hope that it answered quite a few questions for you and that you're definitely interested in some of the things I've talked about there. Of course, if you're interested in getting your hands on a free copy of Sir You're Being Hunted, make sure to register your interest below in the comments section, either on this video or on Facebook or on Twitter, and I will, keep a note of your name, and I will, by hopefully Monday, 8 PM GMT, the 11th, I will actually be able to draw 4 lucky names by lottery, and we'll have 4 lucky winners. Like I say though, if there isn't a huge initial uptake, I will extend the deadline, and and we'll see, and I'll post a reminder to let everyone know that there is a free game going. So yeah. Other than that, of course, if you're interested, of course, in my General Red Propagandist channel, feel free to navigate there and have a watch of the videos that I've released on there so far. They should be fairly interesting, and I do plan on doing more stuff on there, not just Ruby Volume 5 Let's Watch things, but there are other ideas I've had as well, so you might see more content appearing soon. Other than that, there really isn't much else for me to say, other than thank you everybody. And Facebook and Twitter links, of course, will be in the video description as well, as always with my videos these days. So if you don't have a YouTube account and therefore don't have subscription notifications, you can go and sign up to those pages. They're a very good way of staying up to date with my videos. But other than that, thank you everybody for this for watching this update video featuring me actually in the flesh, and I will see you in another video sometime. Goodbye everybody.
Oh, got him. Shit, get over the edge. Oh, no, go. Get out of here, get out, no, I'm gonna die. Ah! That's that monstrosity finished off. Get over there. See ya. Oh shit, no. Oh, fuck. I did not mean to do that. Oh, please don't tell me I have to kill it again now. Shit! Gotta stop it. Yeah. Oh lord, no. Holy crap, this area's horrible. Oh my god, I'm being shot to fucking pieces! Ah! Oh my, what the fuck? Holy shit. Holy fucking shit! Whoa, Jesus Christ! Holy shit! Fucking hell! Bloody hell, that did like 1,000,000 damage! This better not be a... Whoa! Shit! No! Oh my fucking god! How many... What?